Hey, this is Chris Lucas of the ProtestantView.com. Just want to make a little video about Walter Veith, because someone asked me a question about it, brought up the name Walter Veith, and I kind of want to make a video about it, because I think a lot of people respect this guy, and I don't think he deserves your respect. And the reason why I don't think he deserves your respect is because he's promoting Phelps, who is this racist, who actually gets a lot of things wrong, and he really shouldn't get these basic things wrong, because there's some basic books when you're talking about the Vatican, exposing the Vatican. Some of the basic books you should have read. Well, one of them is Chinniky's 50 Years in the Church of Rome. I would probably also say A Foreign Conspiracy Against the Liberties of the United States by Samuel Morse, because he was another friend of Lincoln's. And just these two books alone, probably some works by Edward Beecher you should have read. But anyway, and in this, you should know better than to think that the South was good and that the North was on the side of the Vatican, because you can read in these books that Bishop Hughes, who was this Roman Catholic bishop of New York, was starting up all these riots against Lincoln. You can see that the Vatican the Pope wrote letters to Jefferson Davis, who's the president of the South, supporting the South, calling him your honorable president, so giving the South recognition as a country, which was a really big deal, especially having the Vatican give the South recognition as a country. And some Catholics will tell me, no, the Vatican never did that. They were never on the side of slavery or on the side of South. Well, why was the Pope calling him president, your honorable president? Because the Pope was acknowledging that he's president of a country. Simple logic. So anyway, and Phelps also says crazy things like, the slaves love their masters and the masters love their slaves. Well, you know what? There's a lot of slaves with a lot of whip marks on their back. There's, there's tons of stories about slaves being separated from their family when the owners are selling them to one another. So it's like, no, that doesn't really sound exactly like love. And some people will claim, no, the South was right, because it was about states' rights, and the South was just defending their rights. Well, this is a bunch of bunk too, people, because you know what? Why would you take... Okay, if it's about rights, about human rights and things like that, because, states' rights relates back to the rights that God gave people, right? So if it's about your God-given rights and fighting to protect your God-given rights and your sovereignty, how can you say this war is about that, but yet you're taking it away from other people? Like, you're not giving them rights. So see, that's a bad argument too. That argument doesn't make sense. It was about the South just wanting to perpetuate slavery, and some people just sugarcoated it by saying it's about states' rights, when no, it had nothing to do with states' rights. And because it had nothing to do with people's rights. You just don't take other people's rights away from them and then have a war saying, oh, I'm about the rights of people. It makes no sense. So, anyway, back to Walter Veith. So, now that I showed you that Phelps is wrong, and showing you some of his errors, I could show you lots more of his errors, but, like, a learned person like Walter Veith, he should have read, at least two of those two books I mentioned, right? It's just one of these basic things that anyone that does research into this area, like, these... almost everyone's like, of course I've read these books. So there's no way you should, like, not understand when you're listening to Phelps talk that he's got errors. So now, if you're promoting a guy who's a racist as an expert, shouldn't you hesitate to even promote him if he's racist and spouting all this racist stuff and being associated with him and having a ministry associated with a racist? Shouldn't you pause for a minute before you even include this guy in your ministry or have him be part of your videos at all? Okay, now, on top of that, he's getting basic things wrong. So now why are you promoting him? See, folks, this guy is just promoting this Phelps because he's a shill. And see, I try to be nice to Walter Veith about this, because I used to support him. In fact, I got this box right here. I never even took the videos out of the box, because as soon as it came in the mail, I just happened to be that day going on Walter Veith's website. And that's when I saw this. Oh crap, well now they're out of the box. But anyway, I was going on Walter Veith's website, and I saw this one of these like little videos, that he posted, because I guess like I think when I bought this, like I also like bought into his ministry so I could have like a subscription so I could watch all these new videos he was making. Well, one of them has Eric Phelps in it, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And so I started typing him all this stuff, and saying, do you know Phelps teaches this here and this here? And I wasn't like attacking Veith at the time or anything, I was just like, because I was just like, maybe he just didn't notice this stuff, because I was still kind of new to all this stuff myself, so I mean I was kind of innocent, and and I was just like, did you know about this about Phelps and that, and how he's spouting all this racist stuff on top of it? And what they did was they just censored all my comments. Now, so you're censoring my comments, protecting Phelps, then I'm trying to, write to you, and you're never answering me back. See, I mean, to me, all this just, you're not answering my questions, and you're censoring me. So it's like I quit donating to Veith. But I mean, I used to, like I said, I used to donate to him, because you can see, I'll hold this box up, you can see Amazing Discoveries. I went and gave him about, it was about $100 for that, those DVDs, and I never played them after that, because I was like, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. If this is the way he's gonna be, and this is the way he is, and he's a shill, I will learn this stuff. I don't want to give him a single bit of credit for opening up my eyes to anything. And it's like, anything I had seen from him, I already knew about, but, I'm thinking, okay, this is more, more polished video. Maybe I'll promote this, for other people, because they'll have something polished to give to them that they can understand. But, you know what, I'm going to separate myself from them, because you know what, you're going to sit there and you're going to promote these shills and stuff. You're a horrible human being, because why are you promoting these people? Why are you promoting these people that are just going to get other people lost? Why are you promoting these people as an expert that's just turning more people off? Because when they start to hear Phelps talk about all this racism, how many black people want to listen to him? None. And then he's twisting the facts on top of it, and you're promoting him. I mean, how Christian is this? So... And I don't think it is very Christian. And that's why I think Walter Veith is sort of a scumbag. I think his whole ministry is sort of a scummy ministry because of the way they treated me. Because I was just like some innocent person, not trying to attack him. I was trying to be as nice as possible with all my comments, man. And at the time I couldn't even fathom that he would be a shill. But you know what? When I start to see all this stuff, and I start to see how obvious this is once you do a little research, especially 2 or 3 years later now that I've done more research, and I know Walter Veith had to do, at least a fourth of the research I did, probably. So it's like, how can you just, if you even do even a fourth of the research I did, how can you possibly promote Phelps? So you have to have an agenda, and I think they're a lot of these groups are out to promote these Protestants like De Jesus. I think it's Jose Luis De Jesus, who has his followers get 666 tattoos on their arms and stuff. But yeah, this guy exposes the Vatican a lot, but he has people get 666 on their arms. So see, here's Phelps, this racist. And see, this is just another guy trying to turn people away from the truth, trying to be like, oh yeah, this is what, people who talk about the Vatican are like. In fact, this is one of the top guys right here. This racist, this is the top guy. And so then what do other people think? Other people see it go, oh, this is the top guy and this is what they're like, so this is like their leader, their whole movement. Because that's almost what, I mean, don't you get the feeling when you see all these sites, which I think are fake Protestant sites that keep putting them up, that, you know, if they promote Phelps, they're all fake sites that have him right at the top there. All these people that even promote him as an expert are all fakes. Like We Are One Big Family, yeah, I'll call you out real quick. That another shill right there. Really, and we can debate anytime. We Are One Big Family, like that's the user's name on YouTube. We Are One Big Family or something like that. And it's like, yeah, I'll debate you anytime, and I'll crush you in debates. Because if you want to try to defend Phelps, and I'll go on the other end and attack him, I will crush you. I will smash you. Because I actually read these books, and you can't defend what Phelps says through historical evidence. Okay? And I'm just trying to expose this, because what you want to defend De Jesus now? And see, folks, when Walter Veith promotes Eric Phelps, it's just like promoting De Jesus. How helpful do you think that really is? To have Protestants associated with, but it really works to the Vatican's advantage, because that's really how they want people to see these people. So it seems like if you know the Vatican is out to demonize Protestants, and I got one guy going, yep, Vatican's horrible, putting all this information, get a 666 on your arm, let's go get one. Doesn't that, come on, they're wanting to demonize Protestants, this guy's even having you get a 666 tattoo on your arm. Put 2 and 2 together. So, and anyway, you know, I also want to answer this guy's little question here about, you know, the Catholic-Islam connection. And I know Veith has talked about it. I haven't really watched his videos about it. Like I said, you know, I mean, I was kind of new to Walter Veith when I first heard him. I watched like one or two videos of him. Bought his DVD set, went on his website, and decided I'm never listening to this guy again because he's promoting Phelps. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. I don't know what to do with that DVD set. I mean, I paid $100 for it. I feel bad about throwing it away, but I don't want to give it away either because I hate the guy. But anyway, the Vatican-Islam connection. And, you know, I got a couple of books right here. One, the Yugoslav Auschwitz and the Vatican, and Jasenovic, and the Holocaust in Yugoslavia. And these are written by Holocaust survivors, various accounts of Holocaust survivors in Yugoslavia. And in case you don't know what the Yugoslavian Holocaust was, well, there was this group named the Ustashi, which was a group of Catholic priests, which became the Ustashi. And basically, I mean, they were doing things like, you know, having people, they were trying to force people to convert to, well, some of the things they were doing was trying to force people to convert to Catholicism. As soon as they did, they would kill them. They would do all kinds of things like that. And their concentration camps were, like the Nazis went and visited, the Nazis from Germany went to the Jasenovic concentration camps. And I hear stories about how they were even, like, repulsed by them. And the concentration camps in Germany were pretty bad. And so to be repulsed by the Yugoslavian concentration camps says a lot to their depravity. And when you read these books, you can see they're very depraved people. And, you know, the Pope's still, you know, giving them honors and things like that. But anyway, the reason why I bring this up is the one group that they had helped run some of their concentration camps, because they never let anyone else really, because it's like they would kill gypsies and Orthodox Christians and Jews, or, you know, put them to work in their camps, or be cruel to them, freeze small children to death, things like that. But, you know, some of the people they let help run their camps were the Muslims. They were all buddy-buddy with the Muslims. And now when you read the Quran, you can see how the Quran's got sort of like Mary worship, Mary adoration. And who else has this Mary worship and adoration? The Vatican. And I've read stories, about how, you know, a Catholic nun helped, you know, Muhammad create Islam. And, you know, when you see that these are the only two books that really worship Mary, or have this Mary adoration, you know, it starts to look that way. And then you see him be buddy-buddy, and where did President Obama learn Islam from? You know, he learned it from a Catholic monastery in Indonesia, I think. I can't remember the exact monastery, but I know it was, you know, a Catholic building, and that he learned Islam from. And, you know, when, I think it was Clinton that bombed Kosovo, talked to Pope John, and then in St. Louis, and then a little bit later, or maybe the next day, I can't remember, and, you know, here's the United States, you know, helping bomb Kosovo and things like that. Well, why were they doing this, and what was the after result? Well, hey, all of a sudden, the Muslims become more buddy-buddy with the Catholics, you know, in Kosovo. Well, why did they do that? Why were they so buddy-buddy? Because they recognized the Catholic Church helped them out in Kosovo by bombing Orthodox Christians. So, you know, yeah, we just bombed Christians, you know, same people that were like our allies in World War II and helped our soldiers. We just go turn around and bomb them. But, and, you know, and you just happen to see Pope John and Clinton talking together, and next time, you know, they're dropping bombs. And then, you know, Bush recognizes Kosovo independence, which was really, basically, you were giving it to the Algerian Muslims, is what you were doing. But see, and then you look at all the ties, you know, well, it's like, who all did Bush appoint when he was in office? He appointed 2 Catholic judges to the Supreme Court. You know, there's a TV interview saying he saw God in the Pope's eyes. He's bowing down to the Pope. He's kissing the Pope, all this stuff. He's no Protestant, that's for sure. And because if he was, why is every judge he's nominating, federal judge, like Rosemary Collyer, who saw his family's case, against the Jews, and she threw the case out, and she's a Roman Catholic, and you know, because some Jews brought a case against some Jewish Holocaust victims, brought a case up against the Bush family, because, you know, Bush was tied to Brown's brothers Harriman and the Nazis and all that, and the judge didn't even really hear the case, she just threw it out. So and, you know, it happens to be a Catholic judge, and, you know, this is like the 3rd Catholic I'm hearing Bush appoint. Now, I haven't, like, looked into every single appointment, but, man, every single appointment I've looked into, why is everyone Catholic? You know? And so, it's like, and then, so, I mean, my whole thing is, yeah, you know, the government's working with the Vatican, and we're helping out the you know, these Muslim countries, because it's like, well, I mean, when you look at Kosovo, it's like, who did that favor when we helped out, you know, well, I won't say helped them out, but when it went into Kosovo, who did that help out? It helped out the Muslims, and the Muslims in turn thanked the Vatican, and thanked the Catholic Church for their help, and now, you know, they're having church service together in Catholic monasteries where Muslims and Catholics gather together, you know. So, yeah, I think there's a connection, and anyway, that's all I got, and later.